You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. That's a quote from Marcus Aurelius from the book Meditations. And I thought that would be the best way to kick off this video here. I want to talk to you about how you can essentially have natural confidence in your life and how you can attract women and attract people into your life naturally without all of the extended effort, without all of the trying. And I think the best way to visualize this, the best way to paint this picture is by answering these questions. And if this is you, if this is something you want, then this video is for you. Do you want meeting women to just be super easy, where you can just flow, where it feels like you're out of your head, where you're not overthinking about what to say, where you're not strategizing or rationalizing, is this the right sentence? Is this the right statement? Do you want women to come to you and where you can just act with freedom, where women literally feel, how can I have more of him? How can I have more of this man? Do you want to interact with the world that way? And do you want to stop trying so hard to get results and stop overthinking to just get small wins? If any of that sounds like it's something for you, then this video is going to be for you. And I'm going to explain to you how you can literally become super confident and very natural with women and become the high impact man. And the reason I want to make this training is because a lot of guys that I work with, guys that I've seen through the years, and to be honest, myself, this video is as much like for me as anyone else, at least a former version of me. I've seen that a lot of times men put in so much effort to try to get the thing that they want from women, right? Like, I'm gonna say the right thing, do the right thing, talk to a lot of girls, put myself out there, take action, watch pickup videos, whatever the fuck they do. They watch all these things, we take in all this content. And what happens is we learn to become action takers. We learn to go for what we want. We learn to communicate a little bit better, but not necessarily have natural attraction. And there's something that I've seen from a lot of guys that I've worked with who are my clients who come into my program, is that they have a version of confidence that's based on taking action and putting themselves out there, but it's not what I would call natural confidence. So natural confidence versus, I guess I would call it regular confidence, is basically, natural confidence is you understand that you're confident because of who you are as a human being, and it's not related to the amount of effort that you put in. So a lot of guys, what they'll do is they'll say, if I put in effort to get women, if I put in effort to get girls, that means that I'm confident. That means that I'm doing something right. That means that I'm in a good place. I'm taking action. That's great. And you know what? There's a fucking place for taking action. I love taking action, and I teach all my clients, you have to take action. All my friends that are in the groups that I'm in, we are all action takers, right? But at the same time, there needs to be an element of natural confidence that comes from within, that is just who you are, where women can feel this confidence from you and are drawn to you because of the way that you present yourself. And I want to make this as clear as possible for you so you really understand the dynamics of how this works. We're going to break this video down into two parts. One, I'm going to give you 3 specific reasons why relationships and dating aren't actually effortless for most men. And it's going to be really clear. And I think that these 3 reasons, at least one of them, is going to show you a signal and you'll be like, yeah, fuck, this is me. This is why it's not easy. This is why it's not simple. So that's one. And then we're going to look at how you can actually become extremely confident and extremely natural with women without putting in lots of effort, without stressing yourself, without being the guy who has to try hard for women. We're going to break this down into 2 categories. Here's what we'll do before we start. If this brings you value, and if you're thinking, hey, I could take this information and use it in my life and I can grow from it, press the red subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. If you're logged into your YouTube, your Google account, and there's the red subscribe button underneath, and you're thinking, hey, you know what, this is some good shit, I think I'm about to learn. Or if you learn it and it is good shit, press the red subscribe button, because 1, that's going to help you get more information and free training from this channel. That's going to help you grow. And number 2, you're just going to fucking help me out, and more people are going to see the videos, and we can create this amazing movement of men learning and taking action together. So let's go ahead and get into it. There's 3 reasons why relationships and dating isn't effortless for most men. Okay, there's 3 specific reasons. The first reason is men oftentimes are operating with misconceptions and misunderstandings about the rules of the dating marketplace and rules of dating dynamics. Okay, so there's certain rules. We're not going to get into the rules now because they're bigger than this video, but there are certain rules and certain patterns that happen in dating and in the dating marketplace. And if you are a man who understands these rules and understands these dynamics, you're going to be able to interact with women with an advantage relative to other guys. I'll give you a simple example of one of these rules. Here's a good one. Women will generally always chase the guy that they feel has more options, okay? Women generally, this is a general rule. It's not saying that every time this is gonna happen, but as a general rule of thumb, if you're a guy with a lot of options and you communicate that, women are going to chase you. Now, here's an example of a guy who doesn't understand that rule. A guy who pretends that he's into just this one girl and communicates that way and pretends when he's talking to her that he has no other girls he's talking to and she's the only girl he wants. If he's very attractive, he's just a fuckboy. Or if he's not attractive, that guy is going to come across as living in scarcity and not having options. So that woman is going to interact with him from a place of entitlement and from a place of being the buyer. So what happened is I'll work with a guy like that and he'll say, why does this keep happening to me over and over again? And we'll do some digging. I'll do a session with him and I'll figure out, we'll both come and figure this out together, that the way he's been interacting with women is not leveraging a concept called pre-selection, which is where you have other women looking at you and wanting you, and then it confirms you're attractive and a good option in the dating marketplace. So this is one of those examples of rules that guys need to understand, because if you understand the rules, it gives you leverage. If you understand the rules of how the dating marketplace works, of how dating dynamics works, what will happen is you'll be able to interact with women through the knowledge of these rules and be able to use them to your advantage and attract women more naturally, okay? And what you can do to understand these rules better, I think the best place for every guy to fucking start, and guys, I'm literally giving you information that I give to clients of mine. This is information that I give to them. We go way more in depth, of course, in my programs, but this is stuff you can use now and use to change your life. So here's what you should do. Read the book, Why Women Have Sex by Dr. David Buss. I've talked about this so many times. Read the book Why Women Have Sex by Dr. David Buss and understand the roots of evolutionary psychology, because desire, mating choices, all those things come down to fundamental pillars of our human biology, okay? And if you understand these principles, you can leverage them in your dating life. So read the book Why Women Have Sex by Dr. David Buss and fucking change your life. Number two, the second reason why a lot of times dating isn't effortless for men and it feels like it's challenging is because we're stuck in the frame of being the seller. Okay, the frame of being the seller. The frame of being the seller is, how can I make her like me? How can this woman like me? What can I do to convince this woman to pick me? And I'll tell you, one of the things that changed everything for me in my dating journey, and it wasn't easy, bro. Like I fucking spent years as I think I was a special person and my mom thinks I was a special person, but objectively I spent my years as a loser in the dating marketplace because I did not understand this concept. My whole dating game from the ages of around 16 when I first really started seriously wanting to meet girls, all the way to the age of around 18, 19 when I started to begin considering being in the dating community, and then I started getting better with women around 2021. If you haven't heard about my journey, go to my YouTube channel, click the little button below and look up and just look for my dating journey. It's one of the most recent videos, at least at the time of filming this, or you can look up Tim Ray dating journey. So what happened is I would always sell myself to girls using humor. And I thought like, hey, if I'm funny, if I can be the funny guy, if I can entertain, if I can make her react because of how funny I am, she's gonna like me, she's gonna be engaged with me, right? So I was in the frame of the seller all the time. And my mindset, my idea was, how can I make this woman like me? And a lot of guys are stuck in this. And it's not always necessarily being funny. Sometimes it's, let me make sure I say the right thing so the girl can like me and she can approve of what I say. So for some guys, it's, how can I interact with this woman in a way where I don't fuck anything up and I don't do the wrong thing, right? Whatever your version of selling is, whatever that is for you, you need to correct it. And instead what you want to do is become a buyer. We're going to talk a little bit more about that later. And then number three is having no system and process. Most guys don't have a system. They don't have a process. And it's not to say you have to have this technical routine of how to meet women, because then you're just being a fucking weird pickup artist, and fuck that shit. That's unhealthy. That's not fun. That's not cool. That's not natural. Instead, what you want to do is have a basic framework to understand this is how you go from a woman not sleeping with you, not giving a fuck about you, from saying hello to getting to that point. How do I go from hello, hey, who are you? My name is Tim. My name is whatever your name is, to I'd like to meet, me and you are connecting intimately and we're having this intimate experience together. How do you go from A to B to C to D? Having the system where you understand the frameworks and what makes an interaction with a woman. And by the way, this applies to networking as well. It applies to business, to sales, all these things I've had to learn and master in my journey. It applies to those things as well. If you can learn a system and have a process, a lot of times it's easier for you to naturally be yourself because you don't have to think about what to do, right? And this is the third reason why guys don't usually get very good with women or become natural with women, where dating is super fun, dating is super effortless, because they don't have a system or a process. Here's how you can become extremely confident and extremely natural with women. I'm gonna give you the literal breakdown of how you can do this. Here's number one. Talk to more women and push your interactions further. Okay, this is huge. And by more women, I don't mean spam approach fucking 50 girls a week. I have a standard for all my clients that you have to talk to a minimum of 5 women a week unless you are in a relationship or very close to getting into a relationship. And even then you need to still go and socialize. But my standard is talk to a minimum of 5 girls a week. Ideally 10. But if you're really busy, if you've got shit going on, talk to 5 girls a week, okay? That's the minimum. Because what happens is when you talk to more women and you push your interactions further, you begin to desensitize yourself. I'm gonna write a word on the board here. We're gonna pop onto the whiteboard. And I wanna share something with you. Hopefully the camera is in focus. If it is not, please forgive me. But I wanna share a principle with you, okay? And it's something that I call the unicorn principle, okay? I do not know how to draw a unicorn, so I'm gonna do my best attempt at it. We're gonna go ahead and draw a little, I don't know, this is maybe my version of a unicorn, okay? Don't fucking judge me. This is the unicorn, and this is the little fucking spike on top of the head, okay? This is a fucking unicorn. All right. Unicorns are these mystical, or I guess I'd say mythical creatures. And if you saw a unicorn one day, let's say if you were to see a unicorn literally walking down your fucking street, okay? Or let's say you went hiking, you went to some remote camping site somewhere in the United States or in Europe or Africa or Asia, and you saw a literal unicorn walking down the street, in the area, you'd fucking freak out. You'd be like, oh my God, it's a goddamn unicorn. What the fuck? These are real? My little girlfriend, when I was a kid, always drew unicorns, right? And she thought they were real, but of course we all knew it was a joke. They're not real, but holy shit, unicorns are real. You're gonna be insanely shocked and surprised. What happens if you spent 2 years around unicorns? 2 years studying them, understanding their behaviors, learning how they communicated with each other, how they communicated in whatever fucking families they had, and you begin to understand in depth unicorn society. What would happen? Unicorns would not be shocking to you anymore. Maybe you'd still have an appreciation. Maybe you'd be like, oh, unicorns, like so beautiful. But the last 2 years have been amazing getting to know what unicorns are like, right? I love studying unicorn biology, all that shit, right? If you lived with unicorns for 2 or 3 years and interacted with hundreds of unicorns, it'd be like, yeah, but it's a fucking unicorn. I get what it is. It's a unicorn. The same thing applies to women. I'm not saying that women are 4-legged creatures. Mostly. No, they're not. I'm kidding. But here's the principle, and I think you understand the metaphor. A lot of times, us as men, we tend to treat women as unicorns. So we literally interact with them as such. It's like you get a little bit of attention, you get a little bit of intrigue, and you're like, now what do I do with it? This is such a new thing for me, and I'm so lucky and privileged to be experiencing this. What do I do with this interaction? What do I do with this woman in this moment, right? And you treat her as the fucking unicorn. Women are not mysterious, mythical creatures. They are not that. So when you immerse yourself in understanding women, you demystify them. You turn them from something that you're lucky to get and lucky to spend time with twice a year, right? Maybe you get into kind of a relationship thing, get a fuck buddy, you're lucky to have her, and then it falls apart. She gets into a relationship or it just doesn't work out, right? Instead of going from that, you're just like, oh, I talk to women all the time. I'm around women all the time. I see girls naked all the time. I'm in bed with girls all the time. Here's one of the things I did to become very naturally confident with women, where I didn't even have to think when I was around women. I started to ask a fuck ton of questions and get very deep into their psychology. I would get very deep into the girl's psychology that I was dating. So if I was dating a girl, instead of me interacting with her just surface, we smash and she goes home, I would sit and talk to her about her fears, her past relationships, what she wanted in a man, how she saw the world, what her political views were. I would go deep. I would interview the fuck out of every girl that I was with, right? And by me doing that and spending time with them in this way, it demystified women. So now when I go to a club and I talk to a girl, I know literally her psychology and her psyche because I've done it with 100 girls. It doesn't mean only slept with. I have slept with a lot of girls, but it wasn't only that. You don't have to sleep with hundreds of girls to do this. You literally could just get to know women very deeply by interacting with more of them and by interacting with women from a place of let me know you, let me know your soul, let me know who you are. This removes the unicorn phenomenon from women. Number 2, the second thing you can do to become extremely confident and extremely natural with women, like beyond average, beyond normal. Don't interact with women for validation, interact with them for connection. Most guys, this is a thing that I firmly believe and I've seen in the hundreds of, actually thousands of hours of coaching that I've done. Most men believe that a woman liking them is a win. It is not a win. Now, this is a paradox, okay? Because imagine, we'll go back to the whiteboard here. Imagine that you're on this journey connecting with and meeting women, right? You have the journey. Okay, here's the beginning, and here is not the end, but just everything else, like relationships, meeting high quality girls, where your dating life kind of works out for you. Okay, imagine you're on this journey. At the very beginning of the journey, the very beginning, let's say like here, okay? It's very important that every time you get a win, you validate that win, okay? And a win could be small. It really could be a girl liking you. It could be girls hated me like 2 years ago or a year ago. Now I'm interacting with women and hey, she likes me. This girl's interested in me. She thinks I'm cool. That's awesome. The problem is, and what a lot of guys do, is they take this same energy and they bring it into the rest of the journey. So I've seen guys who have been with a few girls, they've hooked up with a couple girls in the past, right? But they'll interact with the girl from a place of, she likes me and I'm getting attention from this girl. I don't want to fuck it up. There's actually a client that we have in our program right now. We have a program called Lifestyle Mastery Consulting. It's a year-long mastermind essentially where we get you super good with girls and dating and communication skills. And he's crushing it in the program. One of the reasons why he had such a big transformation recently is because he came on the program and he was interacting with women from a place where he brought his best foot forward. He brought his best foot forward. He was interacting cool with some basic confidence. But whenever he would get validation from a girl and she would like him, he would never want to fuck that up. He'd be like, she likes me, so I'm not going to lead anywhere, right? Or I'm not going to take that extra step and make a thing happen with this woman. Sometimes he'd go for a date. He'd ask to set up a date, but we give a whole system. We gave him a whole process. I give him a bunch of tools and mindsets he can use, and he was using like 25% of them because a lot of those mindsets, a lot of the things you need to have success with women is based on risk. Right? It's based on you saying things and communicating in ways that are what you would think are risky, where it's like, it's challenging the girl a little bit, which is going to be the next point here in this training. In this video, we're going to talk about this. It's like challenging the girl a little bit. It's a little bit out there. I don't want to make her too uncomfortable. And what happens is when you stick in this place of, she likes me, that's a win. Let me accept that. You don't actually push your interactions to where they could go, and you stick in this path of just wanting validation, which doesn't actually help you get results with women. I'm not kidding with you. Getting validation from girls doesn't do shit for you. Like a girl liking you and interacting with you and staying there doesn't do shit unless you take it somewhere. So what I do is I've shifted my mindset to become naturally confident with women. I've shifted my mindset from, I want this girl to like me, to instead, I'm on a path. How can I bring her in this path with me? Think about that. I'm on a path. I've got a purpose. There are things I believe in as a man. How can I bring her on the path? Not how can I have her like me? So part of that path could be, hey, I'm out in a bar or club and having a great time. If I meet an attractive woman, I'm going to move the interaction forward to intimacy, where we have a good time getting to know each other at a great intimate experience. We end up going home together and I see that girl again if she's quality, if it's a good fit for both of us. That's your path. Where a lot of guys, what they'll do is, the girl's validating me. Hey, what's your number? We should hang out. Got the number, bro. That was awesome. Fuck the number. Doesn't mean shit. It means nothing. Genuinely. What I want is to connect with women. I want to see them again. I want to spend time with them. I want women to invest in me. I want to build something with women. I want to invite women to parties. I want to go on dates with a girl. I want to marry a girl. Right? I want to do all that shit. So to me, getting the validation, getting the, this girl likes me, let me stay here and enjoy her liking me, doesn't mean shit. You have to risk her not liking you, even though, again, you think she's not going to like you. She is. It's the process. You have to risk that and push the interaction forward to achieve what we'd call like equilibrium in your dating life, which means where everything comes full circle and comes together and you get complete results, okay? Number 3, the third principle is challenge and commit. Challenge and commit. This is real simple. It's a real simple one. It's super basic. Don't back away from calling women out on topics and ideas that are important to you. Simple as that. Don't back away from calling women out on topics and ideas that are important to you, right? A lot of times I've seen this happen to guys. They'll have interactions, especially on dates. They'll go on dates and they'll talk about some bullshit they don't care about, right? Or they'll just kind of vibe out and chill. Nothing really comes to the interaction because there's no challenge. There's no impact. Women want to be impacted by you. Women want to feel challenged by you. Women want to feel like there's a standard that they have to fulfill and there's a standard they have to meet if you and her are going to get along. That's your path. Your path isn't her path. Your path is your path, right? Your path is what you believe in, how you see the world. What are your perspectives? What do you want to bring into your life? Who do you want to bring into your life? So if you're not communicating this to her, even in a fucking nightclub or during the day or at a social event, if you're not communicating this to her, what's going to happen? The interactions you have are going to fall short. Or you know what? You're going to have good interactions, but you're not going to be natural with women. It's going to all be effort. It's going to be, I'm trying to get in there. Maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe I'll get lucky with the girl. I got lucky last week. Do you want to get fucking lucky, or do you want to create the reality you want? This is a fucking business principle, brother. Like what I'm sharing with you here is not some like dating pickup shit. It's actually business. It's life. It's networking. You create what you want, but you must be on your path, and you must call her out and make sure that she understands the path you're on. So here's what I want you to think about, and this is the overall principle for challenging and committing. Set a standard for the woman to meet. Set a standard for her to meet you at. Don't lower the standard to get the girl. Don't lower it just to, because I want to get the girl. Don't lower your standard. Have a standard for her to meet, and a standard like that she has to fulfill if she is going to be able to date you. You become the prize, you become the buyer, and she'll sell herself to you. This is the path. This is how you create amazing dating experiences. Okay, here's what I'll tell you, my friend. If you feel like this is valuable, if you're like, hey, I'm learning from this, how can I go deeper and get amazing results? But you know, and specifically if you are able to invest time and finances in this. So what I'm gonna say, if you can't invest anything and you're like, hey, I don't wanna spend any money on myself, working on myself, turn it off. Thanks for watching. But hey, if you wanna go deeper and you're like, I wanna get results and bring women into my life effortlessly, I have a year incubator program. Okay, it's called Lifestyle Mastery Consulting. And what we do is we set up a little interview between you and I. It's called the Discovery Call, where we talk about where you're at and we create a game plan for you to attract women into your life naturally and effortlessly. And if we feel like this game plan is a good fit, you use it for free. It's a free call. You use the game plan. And if we both feel like it's a good fit to work together on this game plan and build you an amazing ass dating life, make you a better communicator, a better leader, better with women, and better at expressing yourself and bringing women on your path. If we feel like it's a good fit, then we'll end up doing some work together, and we'll join hands, as it were, as partners on your journey and help you attract amazing women into your life. So if you think that could be a good fit for you and you want some results using a very proven system, worked with a lot of guys in this system. We've got some great guys in this program right now. If you want to be a part of what we're doing and get some really sick results in your life, go ahead and look at the links below. Book a call with me. It's a half-an-hour call. Or if you'd like more information just about this system and how I teach it, you can watch a training where I give you for free, completely for free, my 4-step system as to how I actually attract women in my own life and what I give to my clients to help them attract women. And you can watch that training, take the fucking value from it. It's super deep, way deeper than anything I have here on YouTube. And you can use the system. And after that, if you still feel like it's a good fit, book a call with me. We'll chat and see if we could work together. And if not, keep watching the trainings, keep watching the videos. We'll part as friends anyway. All right, see you later. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope it made sense for you. Have a blessed, amazing fucking day, and keep attracting women. Women are not unicorns. Oh, there's no unicorn on the board. Anyways, I'll see you later, my friend. See you on the next one.